I think we are. It says we are.
I know my site always says preparing, setting up.
It says it's streaming.
Streaming. All right, perfect. Okay. All right, so thank you and welcome back to Healing with Amanda and Stephanie. And we are on episode 9 of our special 15-minute energy healings. So this next person that we're going to be working on, his initials are JH. He's a 29-year-old male who does suffer from addictions. And he says lately he doesn't feel comfortable in his own skin. So we want to try to dig in deep and figure out what is creating that, what's causing that, and try to get him some relief. Okay. So let's do it.
I'm getting we should start on doesn't feel comfortable in his own skin first.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so somebody's here. Somebody's here. Somebody's here. All right. So is this, okay, this is an ancestor, I believe. And then, so is this on mom's side? So is this mom's maternal side? Yes. So is this a grandparent? Yes. So is this a great grandma, second great grandma, third great grandma, fourth great grandma? So fourth great grandma. On your side, so it'd be your third. Fourth great grandma maternal side.
Fourth great grandma maternal side.
Okay, and then let's figure out what is going on here with this grandma. So we got column A, odd row 1, row 3. So crying, discouragement, rejection. This is sadness.
Oh.
Okay. Sadness. Okay. Anything else? No. Do we don't need to, are you getting that we need to know anything else? It's just, for me, it's just like sadness, and that's all we need to know. Okay, let's release the trapped emotion of sadness for the fourth great grandma. Totally, completely, and permanently. Okay, anything else? Nope, that was it. So thank you, Grandma, for coming in. All right, so let's get back to the not feeling comfortable. Okay, let me change pencils out now. Okay, not feeling comfortable in own skin.
I got conflict, trapped emotion conflict.
Well, there is a conflict because there's and for some reason my brain isn't coming up with what I want to say, because I'm like, it's driving me crazy. But basically it's like he's not the only one in his body. Does that make sense? And it's I don't know what, I keep calling it like a jump in. It's like another soul jumped in to his body at some point in his life. Souls will do that if they have a mission and they didn't get to fulfill that mission or that purpose when they're alive. And so a lot of times they'll jump in to try to fulfill their mission, and the other person doesn't get to fulfill their own. So I really need to know, like, is this actually JH's addiction, or is it that jump-in's addiction?
I'm getting yes on the jump in.
Me too. Yeah.
So,
and that's why he's not feeling comfortable in his own skin, because he can't even be in his own skin. It's like two people are in there. So, okay. So what we want to say is, let's work on this jump in. Okay.
Okay.
We'll work on that person, and then we're going to send that soul back to the light. Okay.
Yeah.
But first we need to figure out, when did it jump in? Does it have a contract? Or is it, other things that we need to know about? So when did this jump in come in? So are you getting at birth?
I am getting at birth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So right now we're tapped into the jump ins higher self, into their soul. So it's like super excited. It's like, yes, hi. And
I'm here.
yeah, I'm here. And it's almost like, yeah. So I jumped in because I needed to finish my purpose. And it's like, okay, but you had that chance, right? I mean,
not your turn.
Yeah. But it's not malicious. It's not malicious.
No.
It just wanted to fulfill their purpose, and I guess, I mean, that's kind of what it is. So let's see, there's a trapped emotion they have. So column A, odd row, even row, row 2, row 4, row 6. It said this is a longing. So trapped emotion of longing. So I'm doing longing, but of course it's nothing on here because it's a longing for a body. Okay, so it kind of feels like this soul, this soul is kind of funny. Like they have kind of a lot of humor and a lot of he's like, yeah, longing for a body, that's what I was longing for. It's like, okay. Okay, is there anything deeper within that? So there's something deeper within that longing, of course, for a body. Let's see what else we can come up with. So column B, odd row, row 1, effort and receive, heartache, insecurity, overjoy. This is vulnerability. Okay, vulnerability. Vulnerability. We got to dig in that one. Feeling susceptible to harm, either emotional or physical, unsafe, unstable. Okay.
Well, that explains that.
Yeah.
Feeling of kind of.
Yeah. Okay, is there anything else that we need to know? It says we need to know more. Sometimes these trapped emotions, they kind of tell a story. So column B, odd row, even row 2, failure. And we know that the failure was not completing the purpose, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so get me. Okay, can you confirm this? I get that this person was a younger person that like died in an accident. Like they weren't supposed to die.
I get a yes.
Yeah. So the failure has to do with, basically not achieving what was expected because the life was taken too soon.
Right.
So
I wonder, because I also know that JH at birth he almost died.
well, that's what this is. And I was going to ask you if you knew any more information about that.
Yeah, because
yeah. So
he
this is why.
Yeah, he had like a bunch of surgeries and stuff and almost died right at birth. So
this is basically this soul jumped in and was like, no, I'll, basically jump in. Because at some point, JH's soul jumped out and then this soul jumped in. And then after all that stuff, then JH's soul kind of, jumped back in. So they've been sharing this body this entire time.
which would make you feel a little bit uncomfortable in your own skin. It might lead you to craziness.
Right, exactly. And so, okay, so with that being said, I was going to ask you that, and I thought, oh gosh,
Yeah, no, I knew that.
okay. All right, so this soul feels like I was doing the honorable thing. I came in, I helped out, okay, good. I was like, do you think he owes you? And he said no. So I was like, okay, good. Because sometimes they're like, they owe me, right?
Yeah.
I know when my son had gotten stabbed, he picked up entities or other souls because he had to receive so much blood. And some of that blood was like, oh, well, you got to make a contract with me if you want to live. Then I'm going to be doing it with you.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a lot of stuff that is not seen by the naked eye, right?
Right.
All right. So let's see. I'm really curious about this guy's name, and Jeff keeps coming up for me. Can you just check that?
I get a Jeff.
Okay, I get a Jeff too. Gosh.
Interesting.
Now, can you check the last name Stevens?
I get a yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It'd be so interesting to like look up like this name with like a death in that area where JH was born around that same time to see if there was any accidents and just to kind of see what happened or just to figure it out.
It would be really interesting.
Can you see if he was 18 and if it was a car accident?
I get a yes for both.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting. And it's just like, he wasn't a bad guy at all. It just...
So I wonder if JH would have ever got that download of of a Jeff Stevens at some point in life. Like, just sort of a knowing, I have a knowing.
Yeah.
We'll have to circle back to him and see.
Well, Jeff is like, yes. But consciously, maybe not subconsciously, yes, but consciously. And that's why, this guy feels like I don't feel comfortable in my own skin because I'm sharing it with somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it'd be, let's do some digging after we get off the live.
We will.
Because it would be pretty interesting. Okay. So, all right. So failure, not achieving what was expected of him.
To complete purpose.
Yeah. To complete his purpose. So Jeff, you can't inhabit JH's body anymore. So do you feel comfortable now, once we do some healing on you, to send you to the light? I said yes. So
Yeah.
free rides over, buddy. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else that you need? Okay. So there's some more stuff that he needs from us to release. So column A, odd row, even row, 2, 4, 6. 6 again. Humiliation, jealousy, longing, lust, overwhelm. It's funny to think about how many souls die, right? At the hospital, and there's these newborn babies right there. And if there's any complications, they're just like, whoop, I'm going to jump in there real quick.
Yeah, I think I'll just hang out here instead. Like
Yeah.
that,
yeah. Especially this happens a lot of times when there's like a freak accident where they're just like, wait a second, what? Like they're not ready to go to light because they had so many other things to accomplish. Okay, so
do you get anything else on the overwhelmed?
well, I'm looking at that right now. I get feeling overpowered with superior force.
Yeah, I got that. And I also got overpowered in mind or emotion.
Oh, feeling. Hold on. So feeling overpowered with superior force, and then
and in mind and emotions.
Okay. I feel like there was a huge expectation of Jeff to do all these things the right way, and somehow, like, he was this great kid and had this like really great life planned out kind of for him. Like, you're gonna do, you're kind of like,
you got to go on this path.
Yeah, kind of like I'm feeling like it was like the family business kind of thing. Whether it's not, because I asked, was it a doctor, and it said no. So but it was something prestigious, and so I think he felt like there was some, like, you're gonna do this, like, we don't care if you want to do something else, this is what you're doing, and we have it all planned out and mapped out for you.
Yeah, and I actually get that JH was saying, yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
what I just asked, did JH, like go on any of that path?
Mm-hmm.
And I get a no.
Yeah. Can you see if Jeff's path was to become an attorney?
Yes. And actually, as soon as you said that, I got argumentative for JH.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I suppose if you're an attorney, you're always in an argument, so to speak.
Yeah.
You're pleading a case for somebody.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Okay. Anything else for Jeff? Jeff, is this everything that you need? Okay. So I'm getting, this is what we need. So let's release the longing, of course, for a body, but that probably is his funny way of telling us about this. So then we're going to release the vulnerability of feeling unstable. We're going to release the trapped emotion of failure and not achieving what was expected. And we're going to release the trapped emotion of overwhelm, feeling overpowered with superior force, mind, and emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Totally complete. And Jeff, we're also going to release all the trauma and the karma and anything else that has to do with that car accident that you were in. And we're healing all of that from all parties, the people at fault or not at fault. We're going to release all of that, so you're not taking that into your next life. Let's put Jeff and JH and anybody involved in that car accident, let's put them into a full court of atonement, so their timelines and everything was can be analyzed, all for their highest and best good. All right. Okay. Okay, Jeff, are you now ready to go back to the light? All right, so we are going to just release Jeff back to light and send him back to where he belongs. So, good. Now I just want Archangel Michael to come in, and I want him to heal JH from top to bottom, putting in a white light, and letting it just illuminate throughout his whole body to heal everything that needs to be healed, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally. Did I say emotionally?
You did.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, cool. All right. So now if I say, does JH has a jump in, I get a no.
Yeah, I get a no too.
Is there anything else inhabiting JH's body, his soul? Is JH securely grounded in his body? I get a yes. Okay.
I get a yes too.
All right, let's dig into this addiction. Right. So whatever's creating that feeling of not feeling like himself, we're going to uncreate and destroy all of that. So yeah. Okay.
Is there a contract with anxiety?
Let me see. I don't get a contract with anxiety, but I definitely have another contract.
Well, let me tell you what was coming up. So the contract with anxiety was from the idea or the notion that you're never going to need help from anyone else, like some sort of a self, like I can do everything, and so you kind of create this anxiety and absorb that contract of never needing help with anyone else.
But if you think about the contract he just had with Jeff,
yeah,
he didn't need anybody else because Jeff was there. Jeff
That's
was there
true.
to
So
help.
maybe, and when we were talking about Jeff, I got that contract of anxiety. So maybe that was all to do with Jeff. Was that all to do with Jeff? Okay, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So
do we need to heal that, or is it gone now?
Do we need to heal the contract of anxiety, or is it gone? I actually get that it's gone. So
was gone now. Okay. If it wasn't before, it is now. So let's.
But you have another contract.
Another contract. So. Which was the contract of anxiety. It led me right there to that.
Oh.
So. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but we released that. Okay, we released it. Is there any other contracts, oath, vows? Okay, promises. All right, so let's go back to the addiction. Let's see, what's the number one thing causing the addiction?
Can you see if it's PTSD?
Yeah. Yep. PTSD. And we need to do some access bars on that. So what's the number one thing causing this PTSD? Column A, odd row, even row, row 2, row 4, anger.
Oh.
Okay. Anything else? Hatred. Anything else? Bitterness.
Wow.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, disgust. Okay, so those 4 things, we can dig a little deeper to see like which one each is. So this is, this anger is a cover up for fear. Okay, let's get to hatred. So this is a self-hatred, which created destructive behaviors. Okay, bitterness.
I'm writing these down. What are you getting for that? Because
I'm getting this is absorbed. So I had to know that it was absorbed first. So absorbed from mom. And now let's see. A harsh attitude.
yeah, I get that too.
Okay, now let's go to disgust. Also absorbed.
So I noticed when I was trying to figure out which one it was, it just kept saying yes for all of it.
Yeah, so this kind of telling you when you get like a yes or you get no's. So I got no, no, no. I was like, what the heck? It just means you have to dig in a little deeper. So it's like either inherited or it's absorbed or something else. So okay.
Is this from dad's side?
No, the disgust. This is absorbed from mom, and it's a strong aversion. So basically, the feeling like someone got away with. I mean, when they say, "Oh, they got away with murder," right? But it's something similar to that, like, "Oh, they just got away with something." Okay, so anything else with this PTSD? Okay, so let's release.
Yes.
Everything and anything causing this PTSD. We're going to release the anger and then the trapped emotion of anger and the cover up for fear. We're going to release the hatred. We're going to release the self-hatred, which created destructive behaviors. We're going to release the bitterness that JH absorbed from mom with a harsh attitude. And we're going to release the trapped emotion, the absorbed trapped emotion of disgust from mom with a strong aversion. Totally, completely, and permanently. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, I'm getting that's all we can do.
Yeah, actually I am too.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that
All
was really good.
right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us for episode 9. Stay
Thank
tuned
you.
for episode 10 coming up shortly, and we'll see who the next person we have on our list, because we keep getting the names coming in. So we will see you guys shortly.